Okay, as far as a recap, I'm very unsure. We went to the White Spire, tried to convince them about all this stuff. They weren't very believing, and kind of, we have our own problems. Um, I do know that Kat tried to highly convince them and was having issues. Finally, Click came in and started telling his side. Um, all of a sudden, a lot of people were, I think, were teleporting in or something. They started showing up. We finally decided to go to the council, and the stuff on the board is somehow a stained glass something or other with a bunch of pieces that I couldn't tell you anything about. And we didn't have an update. Somebody forgot to post that, or I couldn't find it.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't type it out.
But
It's like everyone in our typical crew was there. It's like
but that's where
I'll
we're
definitely. Few corrections. Yes, you went to the White Spire, but it was more so to talk to Anson and get him to bring his people. That did not go over well because Anson was kind of let go because of his necromancy. Yeah, also Sinjak. Oh, yeah, we can just read Katya's journal here. You guys went to White Spire. Anson came out. Um, he wasn't the most friendly because of all that stuff that are mentioned in the journal. Eventually, you guys were going to the council while you were waiting. You talked to Sinjak at the Black Hand. Sinjak believed you guys well enough that he's going to start telling his people. Sinjak went with you guys to the council in order to get let you guys skip to the front of the line. And yes, there was a stained glass depiction of the battle for the of Waterdeep. Uh, there are a bunch of chromatic dragons. It's kind of abstract. There's not a whole lot of detail, but you see like uh, shapes in certain colors up along the wall, and that's where we tune in. You guys are in this council chamber. You see only three council members this time.
I am not
A
ready for this.
Okay, no notes.
I mean, I've got all my notes. I just. Sorry, like, you can keep going. I just am like, I don't know how I'm going to convince these people.
Yeah. Um, okay. Um, yeah. There's the red-headed woman with the furs draped over her shoulders. There is a dwarf with a long beard that is tied into knots, or at least it flows down his chest, and at regular intervals, it'll be cinched together by a little band that the top one looks like gold, the middle one looks like iron, and then there's a third one of silver at the very bottom. And the last one is this older man. He's bald up top with a bit of a belly. His clothes are green with golden thread. You see depictions of horses on his robes.
So we're missing Push, the dead guy, and the one we're fighting against up north.
You're missing GM Somerset, who is the counselor who, as far as you know, is currently imprisoned.
Right.
You're missing Overhill, who was the guy who was murdered, and Push is not there.
Okay. I knew there was one that was accused of the murder, one who was murdered and pushed.
Yeah. Do you know the names of the people that are there?
Nope, I don't.
Okay. You were going to get bonus points.
I'm sorry. I could check my notebook, but I don't think I was actually at the meeting or at the game where we met them.
Nope.
So,
And nobody else took the notes.
so that's a big no.
Okay. So, as you walk in, the woman speaks up. It's like, any new business?
Yes. Dire business, unfortunately.
Sinjek pipes in, very dire.
Sorry, I'm going to dig up the notes where I describe everything going on. Who are we? Like oh my god, Logan. Quick recap: who did the army send to fight up north?
Pretty much everybody.
But like, who
Because
are we fighting?
what?
Who are we fighting?
Oh, you are fighting the province to the north, which is Neverwinter province.
Okay.
It's like, let's bring you guys over. You don't need to look at my stained glass anymore. It's like, so Neverwinter is this province.
Understood. Okay. Were any of the things we were doing for the council, any of our past missions?
The very first thing you did was in the High Forest.
Okay.
No. And that was for the council. And you did some stuff under the table in the Moonshay Isles for the council.
Fair.
Um,
And the High Forest was with the yellow stuff, right?
yes, remember the tree that sucked everything dry?
That's what I thought. I wanted to verify, make sure my brain was on straight, because this is going to help my story. How many months has it been in game 2?
No, I laugh because I lost my notebook where I was actually detailing all this out a good, this point, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So I could have told you. It's like, oh, it's only been like, 3 months and 2 weeks. I don't know. We'll say it's been a couple months.
I feel like it's safe to say it's been 3 or 4 months. Okay. All right. With all of that in mind, I will dig into it. I'm going to look at them. I'm going to say, I can start from the beginning, but I'm going to get to the biggest news first. We were just with the armies up towards Neverwinter. We left them just near the Sword Mountains. Ever since 3-4 months ago, when we went to deal with the High Forest and we found all that, the land being dry and the creatures with the yellow powder, we've been encountering that again and again and again. And we've been trying to track down the source. We realized a lot of it was connected with the. Hold on. Mythallar. And this led us to the army because we realized something very bad was going to happen by the army because that's just how the pattern works. We went to warn them. They didn't believe us. One, Nora was kept behind. So, and everybody else marched forward towards Neverwinter. They have been mind controlled. There is a massive army of flying things and dragons, and they are on their way here. And they are being led by Councilman Push, who's been behind all of this all along.
All right, make a persuasion roll. Now, you, so besides all of you're using the journal and stuff like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that affects the DC.
I have been reading through my notes. $22.
You see shocked expressions go across all of them. The older man seems the least bothered, but the redheaded woman. Oh shoot! Where's my dice? I'm doing this slightly in the dark. Redheaded woman. She looks like, but this. Hold on. Councilman Push. It's like he's on the way here.
I'm going to hand them over the diary.
They begin to read through it, flipping through it aggressively, and you see like where they stop at the very last page. It's like, but we only have a reduced city garrison. It's like we sent the armies north, where, and this is on the high road.
This is why we need to bring in the reserves.
And
Those were the reserves.
We
It's
would
like,
like permission to bring in more troops from other sources as well.
Where are you going to find these troops? We've basically entered the whole of Waterdeep.
We've met some people along the way.
Who? It's like the dwarf speaks up. It's like, who are you asking to send to bring into our city? It's like, how do we know that this isn't some cunning ploy to get troops behind our lines?
Well, there's Anson, once of the White Spire, who's willing to bring in people to help. Looking through my notes.
You see the dwarf pull his beard. It's like, I've heard of Anson, kicked out for unscrupulous practices.
We're desperate. We've got fighters from the Thunderlock Tavern joining us. They should be, if they're not already here, they should be here soon.
Ugh, a bunch of drunks. It's like, that is no army. That is no siege force.
But it's better chance than we have against a dragon, even though I myself one-on-one could take on the dragon.
Go do that. Levi.
Make a persuasion roll.
This is not the time to act like we're not desperate.
17.
There's almost like a scared chuckle that goes up amongst all of the council members. It's like we're dead. You're dead. The older man pushes his seat up and it's like, well, I shall be returning to Baldur's Gate. I will marshal forces there and return soon.
We would also like assistance of the Black Hand.
Syndex says they've hired us before. It's like my crew's well respected enough. Gives a wink. I can contribute 50 fighters on a sober day.
Okay, so we've got 15. It was 15 from Thunderlock, right?
Yeah, those were the people that you got just from the tournament. Like the people you talked to personally. The bartender and Click also sent out to other people.
Okay, so we might have more coming. Sorry, I'm keeping my notes. Okay, 50 from Blackcamp. Unsure about Anson. Okay, keep going. I apologize.
The councilman has already left the chamber. It's like, so we're talking we'll maybe have a force of 500. It's like, and they're marching on us with at least 10 times that much.
Yes, including our own forces. But Nora and her company are going to die if we don't do something, not to mention everything coming down on Waterdeep itself.
Katya, make an intelligence check.
Oh, Logan. You hate me. Logan. Logan. I rolled a 2. Do you know what intelligence is?
You truly believe that Nora will be fine if you're able to get forces up there.
Yes, I do truly believe that. She's dead, isn't she?
You know that they're at least a week and a half march away.
I am blissfully ignorant of the fact that it's going to take that long, because with my 2 plus my -2, that's a firm 0.
Yeah.
My God. Katya is going through her trauma responses right now.
Oh no! Oh no! And oh no! We gathered up our forces and sent them north, and now they're all gone. It's like we barely have a city guard left anymore. Ah! It's like the dwarf gives the eye to the councilwoman. It's like, if this is Councilman Push, it's like, I've known him to be a reasonable man in the centuries I've known him. What does he want? Why is he marching on us?
Actually, how long have you known Councilman Push?
Close to 100 years in the official capacity, and then I may have met him once or twice when he stopped in the Gray Peaks.
How old was he the first time you met him?
Quite old. This is like the elves age slower than us.
Yes, but you have known him for centuries, and he has been quite old for those centuries. And he is with a blue dragon. Katya is once again got the math meme going on and the red lines, and I'm debating if I point out that I think he's from the Fighting Four. Yeah, I'm going for it. I think he and the dragon might be from the Fighting Four.
There was no dragon in the Fighting Four.
Well, the dragon they fought in the Fighting Four.
Katya, you remember a debate between Maze and Meepo saying that dragons don't live that long.
Right. But I'm very focused on Bush being coup or the pig.
That for Push to be that old to be a part of the Fighting Four, he would have to be well over 3 millennia.
I just can't think of why else he is doing this. He has plagued my home. He has hurt so many others. He's bringing our own forces against us. He's killing the great tree.
To be fair, it's probably already dead now.
Oh my god. It literally they just said it was worse the other day. They didn't say it was dead. It's been a day.
It seems fully pink. Pink leaves.
And I don't know what that means. Other than sick.
We are in a dire situation.
Truly,
If Push intends to take this city, we must prepare for a siege.
Yes.
And that coward Archibald is probably not intending to return from Neverwinter.
So are we gonna go try and save Nora?
You say that out loud?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you mean. It's like she is with the army, correct? Was she not
She
turned?
Her force didn't march with the main force. They were fighting against them, but they need assistance.
Where did they hold? It's like if
Just
they went,
east,
they may have been overwhelmed already.
just east of the Sword Mountains.
It took our army a good 2 weeks to get up there. It's like, I don't think we could send reinforcements in time. It's like, unless she's able to hold a defensible position.
We've gotten up there in less time.
We can't bring a whole army that fast, though, Levi.
Yeah, well, if we have enough people that can shoot people up there, we can.
Does anybody else know that spell aside from Cliff?
No. Because what kind of spell is it? A cleric spell?
I don't even know.
What's the spell?
You're a ferryman.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it's cleric. Let me look at it real quick. There it is. Conjure. Yeah, it's a cleric spell.
Okay, so you have to find a high level, well, not a high level cleric. I'm going to say an unconventional cleric. Cast it because this is a new spell from a new book.
We could go ask the Concord if anyone knows it.
You can go to where?
Isn't it the
The Concord.
Yeah. I said it in a northeasterner way.
There's no E in cord. Concord.
Says he.
No, or would that be a U, like curds and way?
You know, you can go either way.
Okay. Anyway.
Sorry.
No, what was I thinking? Oh yeah, no. It's like, well, we must prepare for a siege. if the people abandon their position and retreat here, they may be able to make it in time. But I don't know if we can send any more forces in time.
I understand. Well, maybe that's what we could do. We could message Nora and tell her to retreat. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I don't know where to go from here.
It's like Sinjak taps Click on the shoulder. It's like, you got message, right? Or sending, whatever.
Yes, I always have it ready.
Okay. The woman says, it's like, we must be careful. It's like, we don't want to panic in the city, but we must marshal our defenses, even with our few number of fighters.
Would you agree that Anson bring in his people?
Make a persuasion roll. The DC is at a certain number because of Anson's reputation.
I still have the heroic inspiration from last time, assuming you let me keep it.
Sure.
But I'm gonna see if a 21 will do it.
You see her purse her lips together, and she looks towards her fellow councilman. How quickly can he get here? Do we have time to decide?
He can come via the White Spire's portal.
Oh, perfect. They say that almost sarcastically.
I was wondering. I'm choosing not the insight check.
If he can be here so quickly, then give us time for deliberation and to draw up war plans.
I understand.
Thank you for bringing this to our attention, Sinjak. Get your men ready. It's like I believe a few of them were former veterans. It's like they need them with command experience. Sinjak says a few, you know. It's like they may be in charge of squads. We may have to start arming the merchants. All right. You have the dwarf speaks up. You have your goals. Now leave us to our work. It's like we have much to do.
Yes.
Right. As you guys leave the council room, what do you do?
I think we should go to the Green Dragon and see if the rest of our people have arrived.
Okay. Any opposed?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. So, you guys arrive at the Green Dragon. The city is comparatively empty to when you left it all those weeks ago when the army was there. Life has mostly returned to normal. You see fewer guards than you did before. By the time you get to the Green Dragon, you see the familiar faces of the crew members that you left behind. The rest of the bastards, as well as the mad dogs, are there. There are a few faces that you remember in passing, but they were you don't recall interacting with them from the Thunderlock Tavern.
How many does that bring us up to?
It looks like in this group, not including your own, there's about 30.
Okay, so numbers are 30, 50, whatever is in the guard, and so right now we have a solid 80. Ideally, Anson's people and whoever they can drag up with the guard. So roughly what they said, council estimated 500.
Yeah, that's the current estimate.
Thank you. Katya's gone into like military mode and is calculating numbers.
And that's another thing that you've been doing, Katya, is that as you walked through all the market squares and stuff like that, you were looking at the stores of grain that would have been selling. It's like there's still food to go around, but you can tell that the army took a lot of it on the road.
Yeah. Whew, so there's not a lot of food. Katya and Click might have spells for that.
Click does. Nothing
Instant
prepared
mashed
at the moment.
potatoes.
Definitely prepare it later.
Yep. He's got the instant mashed potatoes spell.
Let me go see what I can prepare for spells real quick.
So I'm sorry, guys, because I've been trying to work on notes like crazy. So we're trying to prepare backup for this massive battle. Is that correct?
We're just pretty much assuming it's coming here. We need to send. You need to use sending to tell Nora to retreat to Waterdeep if she can.
Okay, I'll go
Or
ahead
just
and do that.
remove herself from the path.
What's that last part?
Or just remove herself from the path.
Okay, so I will go ahead and do that now. So I will cast Sending to Nora and express to her, this is Click. Sorry, what town are we in?
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep, thank you. Currently in Waterdeep. That's one word or two.
Waterdeep's a noun. It's a one.
Perfect.
Proper noun.
I stunk at English. So, okay. Working on preparing for fight. Retreat here as soon as possible. Per Katya.
They've overrun our lines. We are already retreating.
Okay.
Don't know if we will make it past the mirror. Godspeed.
Bigger question is do you tell Katya that?
I mean, I would. I wouldn't keep it a secret from you.
I am panicking.
It'll be fine.
My friends are going to die. My worst
They're not going
nightmares
to die.
are coming to life.
So, if y'all can help me out a game, and once again, I apologize that my notes have been taking all my attention. But if I'm understanding, because I've been listening in to the best of my ability, we're currently preparing for this fight that we believe is going to meet us here in Waterdeep. We have Laura's companions, which are fleeing for their lives, but we're concerned that they're not going to make it. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would say don't count them in the numbers. Sorry.
I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. So we're going to go ahead and try and divine intervention.
Hey, what spells do people, as you're doing this, Click, I'm sorry, what spells can everybody look through, and by everybody, I guess just Ian, look at your spells. Is there anything that can help, like bigger spells that can help the city?
What do you mean, like spells that can help a city?
Like, you know how there are those bigger ritual spells that that take a while to cast, but they can help prepare for like a siege or a big battle?
Uh,
Thunderstep?
That's not at all what I thought.
I mean, I could do Heroes Feast.
That would help our party actually.
Yeah.
I can always polymorph you into something.
I was thinking, Logan, do you know what I'm talking about?
You're trying to find spells that will help in a siege, right?
Yeah, these are things like there's like that spell where you can put like a rune on the ground that sets
Glyph.
traps. Thank you, a glyph.
Glyph.
I don't know if it's going to help. I mean, I would have to cast it a lot, and I would need a lot of ruby dust. But I can cast Forbiddance on an area up to 40,000 square feet.
What does that do?
It prevents any type of magical transportation.
Oh, that
We can transport and teleport out, but nobody could teleport in.
no. I don't know if that necessarily is what we need. But thank you. I'm sorry. I derailed you from divine intervention.
I can make a bunch of undead.
That could potentially be helpful.
I
Hold on.
need
Wait.
150 gold worth of black onyx per corpse.
Discuss amongst yourselves.
I don't know, guys. Like, I don't know how we're surviving this.
So you think launching an army of the undead is just gonna?
How is it ever? I mean, we're just fight. We're just using push his tactics against him, right, Diane?
If I could see him, I could try casting Lost and Wondering.
What does that do?
It prevents a person from knowing where they're going, and if I cast it at 5th level, they can't even distinguish landmarks, and they forget all of their navigation skills. The target is compelled to wander off at a walk, attacking only in self-defense, and he must make a wisdom saving throw, and if he fails, the spell removes all memories of a particular location, landmark, and route for 24 hours. Even well-known such locations as a city, home forest, and well-known hills and roads.
That only spares us for like 24 hours. But that's cool to know. I wish I had more things like divine intervention I could do, but I don't.
If somebody can help me with incense, I could cast Hollow a lot.
What does that do?
I touch a point and infuse the area around it with holy or unholy power. It can have a radius up to 60 feet, and the spell fails if the radius includes an area already under the effect of Hollow. So I would just cast this at a bunch of random points in the city. But I can choose creature types, and the creature of the chosen type cannot willingly enter the area. And any creature that is possessed by or that is charmed or frightened condition from such creature isn't possessed. I can bind an extra effect to the area from the list below. I can give creatures of any type I choose can't gain the frightened condition. Darkness fills the area, so normal light as well as magical light created by spells of level lower than the spell cannot illuminate the area. I can cast daylight, which is the exact opposite. Peaceful rest, dead bodies entered in the area cannot be turned undead. Extra dimensional interference, creatures of any types I choose cannot enter or exit the area using teleportation or interplanar travel. Fear, creatures of any type that I choose have the frightened condition while in the area. Resistance, creatures of any types I choose have resistance. Can cast silence, can cast tongues, and vulnerability. But I'm afraid I don't have anything like you're asking for as far as city level spells.
It's okay. It was worth a shot. We can see what divine intervention will do for us. I don't have any city level spells either, so
the best thing I can do is if I can get a key worth 100 gold, I can conjure a portal to the Fey realm, so it'd be a good escape for everybody.
The entire city.
Yeah, the portal lasts for 24 hours.
Oh wow.
So I could cast the portal, cast a spell magic once everybody's in, and then there we go.
We could always ask the council for like we could propose that to the council, and they could just provide us with the whatever it is you needed.
Yeah, I
So,
just need
so
to-
you're going to go to the council and say, okay, here's the plan. We're all going to the Fey realm.
Yes.
Or we could go to the Summerlands or the Shadow Realm or Midgard.
Amazing. Can you imagine Logan gets back and we're like, all right, Logan, we're going to Midgard.
It's a mass exodus.
We're the Exodusters.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing I was going to do is I've been looking at, where is it? I mean, I've been preparing Planar Ally to give us an extra, like, fighter to help us out.
I almost have a feeling that this is the kind of battle where Logan is going to have us roll for troops en masse. And like we will personally have like these like cutscenes of where we fight individual things.
Yeah.
That could be certainly how it goes.
Oh, Logan's back.
Yep, I just got back.
Okay, we going to tell them of the plan?
So, Logan, I don't know your religious viewpoints, but are you
Say-
familiar with the book of Exodus in the Holy Bible?
I have a passing knowledge of it.
Okay.
My favorite joke in King of the Hill is the "Get out of my house" Exodus, after Judy Hopper quotes scripture at Hank, saying, you know, his love of Halloween is heresy.
Gotcha. But yeah, that's our plan. We're just going to help the city evacuate.
That is that.
Okay.
To a different realm.
To Midgard.
I'd argue that you're in Midgard.
To the Summerlands. But nah. So, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and cast Divine Intervention, and I'm gonna ask Serenetta to make a way to bring Laura. What was that person's name again?
Nora?
Nora, thank you. To bring Nora to where we're at now in Waterdeep. Well,
Aw.
maybe not this exact location, but to help get her here and the troop that she's with.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to make this a public roll. So how do I roll on D20?
There's a dice on the left-hand side.
Or not D20. Yeah, on roll 20.
Oh.
Let's see if that worked. Nope, that did not work.
I don't know the
Oh, I'm going to have to forward
Back.
slash.
/1d100.
1d20. Oh no, 1d100.
It's a 3!
Okay, so you asked for her. I may have to leave the chat again.
Okay. I'm just-
No, it's Anderson. wants to sleep in Hope's bed, but I'm like, Anderson, you're gonna wake her up. She needs her sleep, and Hope has to go to work tomorrow.
Oh,
Okay.
So
you do the dad thing. You got to do the dad thing.
yeah, well, I don't have to do it right now. It's one of those things where he's so miserably tired that if he just laid on a horizontal surface for long enough, he'd fall asleep.
I can respect that.
Anyway, okay, so we'll figure out how that happens in a minute. But uh, you feel as if your prayers have been answered in some way, Click.
Okay. And I turn to Laura or Katia, and I say, Katia, I think Serenetta answered my prayer.
I hug him with tears streaming down my face. Thank you.
You're welcome.
How do we know?
You just gotta have faith, Levi.
How? Those God things again.
Not gonna lie, I don't know what to do from here.
I mean, it's either we wait till they get here, or we go to them, or we evacuate. Those are really the three options. But if we wait till they get here, we may be dealing with the entire army. That's
We're oh, instead of do you mean with Nora's party?
yeah,
Um, with or without. So Nora's party is like a small command compared to that of the larger army. Like we
Well-
are screwed with her without her.
Well, I'm
Uh,
thinking, because I can't remember, was the army that went silent, are they under the control of Push, or were they just devastated? Out.
they're under the
Uh,
control of Push.
Yes.
So if we wait for them to come to us, we might be dealing with that entire army plus the dragon. If we go to them, or if we go up there, we might be able to to pull the dragon away from the army to where they can't affect the situation.
Oh, stealth mission. Get the separate the dragons so that the city can fight the army sans dragon.
Right.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
Because, if we have a small contingency, and we can protect ourselves, I can blow the dragon away. So,
Follow up question. How do we get the dragon away without dying?
well, I mean, we have Click, we have you.
So we want to lure the dragon where exactly?
Away from the army. To
Um,
to where the army can't follow us, or can't follow and help the dragon. Because if we're
Okay,
fighting the dragon, then we'll be fine. But if we can't fight the dragon and the army,
well, I do. I don't know if a dragon would easily fall for my incite greed spell. Because with that one, I can lure the army away though. So maybe instead of luring the dragon away, I lure the army away.
yeah. But if we lure the army away, are you still going to be able to be with us, or
No,
are
I'll
you
be
going to
away.
be with So that kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah. mean, what you're asking for is going to be kind of difficult to separate them.
Well, I mean, it could be as easy as we're on a cliff.
I'm sorry. I'll be.
We're on an upper cliff, and the army can't get up the cliff.
Well, while I'm thinking about it, his army, they're all walking, right? Like, we didn't observe any of them flying.
Right.
Okay? I'm trying to roll with an idea, but follow me here and obviously critique me if you think it's stupid. But that spell I have that allows me to create a gate to another plane, what if we make the gate, somehow conceal it, lure the army into said gate, close off the gate, boom.
I mean, that's possible. Either that or lure the dragon into the gate.
That's what I was wondering. Is I don't know if a dragon would be smart enough to fall for the gate.
I think a dragon is very smart.
But an army of zombie type people probably wouldn't.
I did think about, like, if I could get the dragon to follow me, I could try using Stormdoor.
But
And
that
for
takes
10
you-
minutes,
that
I
takes
can
you away, though.
consistently. I mean, initially, if I can lure them to an agreed upon meeting spot,
Can maybe somebody in the White Spire get the army away?
not that I'm aware of. I mean, if a wizard was powerful enough, very well could be. What do we? I don't know if that's going to work either. Do we know what all the army is made of?
Well, our army.
Define the question. Do you mean
Well-
their army and like the
Yeah.
type of troops that they have?
Well, they're
Or-
like the type of creatures they are. Like, are they undead? Are they?
That you don't know.
Say, I thought about just placing a bunch of, like, I have the spell that prevents certain creature types from entering into the area. So it's like I could create a wall of that spell, and then they can't move willingly beyond it.
You know that you tried to use this spell, that kind of spell stuff, on like the crocodiles and stuff, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, they're not undead.
Well, it's not just undead. I just have to declare a creature type, and then that creature type cannot enter or exit that area willingly.
Okay.
Problem is, the spell only does 60-foot radius. So I would have to cast it a lot, and I don't think it would even last.
Yeah, probably.
Plus, it requires a lot of incense.
Okay.
I mean, this is a big enough, wealthy enough city. I'm sure we could find a couple bags of holdings and just make a giant bomb.
You know?
Make a black hole, send them all into the astral plane.
There's probably no way we can get them back, is there?
I am under the assumption that we can.
And then whether or not they go into the astral plane or wherever probably wouldn't matter then.
I'm so sorry. Laura is out of ideas. I'm sure Katya is thinking battle tactics, but Laura's brain is like, well, I like the idea of trying to separate the dragon. I don't know if we have to do it ahead of time. Like, we probably could just, like, if we or some of our friends help scout, maybe within like a couple of days travel, we could know when the army is about on top of Waterdeep. And then we could go and fight the dragon as the army continues to march, and that at least helps Waterdeep.
What does Meepo think?
I think we're all gonna die.
So we need to find a way to separate the dragon from the army. We need to attempt to do it without splitting our party off and having Click go and distract the army, because we probably are going to need the healing. So is it? It's still early in the day, isn't it? I can't remember our exact time frame.
The army's still like a week and a half out.
Right, but I mean are we? Is it morning, afternoon, night?
We went immediately in the morning to the White Spire. From the White Spire, we went. Am I correct? Did I get that right? We went to the council.
Yes, after the White Spire.
So I think it's afternoon.
Afternoon. So okay, so we got more time. Maybe we need to go back to the White Spire, or see if we can find somebody that has enough pull and can cause a distraction for the army. And in that case,
And all right, I wish I knew which character was still there so I could use them as a voice box. Because like this is like as a DM, I want to ask a question.
We're at the Green Dragon, so whoever you deem is there.
Of course, you could also like just be a wandering traveler.
Also, technically, his name's not Peter. Who is our archer?
Oliver.
Thank you. I don't know why I came up with Peter.
Okay, Oliver's gonna chime in then. Well, who do you think is gonna draw off a whole army? Is the question. It's like we can ask the White Spire to get whoever we want to go up there, but we're talking thousands, right?
I thought we were trying to get the dragon away, and then the main troops here could deal with the army.
Okay, yeah, that's more reasonable. But still, we're talking like a coordinated effort against a dragon.
Yeah. Yeah.
well, that's why I didn't want to split us up.
So wait, here's an idea. It's like the army is mostly walking, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna assume that dragon is faster. If we can
Go ahead.
if we can annoy it enough to get it to chase us, the problem will be getting it away from its flying horde and downing it so it can't run back to the army, because the army definitely won't be able to support the dragon if the dragon flies off.
Right. Well, that was my thought of if there was a cliff or something along the way, or a series of cliffs, we pull the dragon away, and the army's stuck down below. They can't get up the cliff.
Maybe we could stop them somewhere in the Sword Mountains. Use like a pass and make a choke point.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. Especially if we just send a small crew, we could use Click's spell to get up there.
So here's a question. Do I make Meepo remember something when I know for a fact this is to tease Eric? Eric wouldn't remember it.
I desperately want you to tell me, but I also know Eric would not remember it.
To be fair, it's a very minor detail from years ago at this point.
Does it assist us?
Yes.
Uh,
I'll give you a hint. It involves somebody at the White Spire.
is that somebody Maze? Or is it the lady that hates Vivo?
It's the lady that hates Meepo, but Maze could probably help out in this situation too.
That's the one he got in trouble with.
Yeah, for throwing a bone at her head.
She rightfully hates Vivo.
Yeah. Anyway. So that's all I'll say about that. Okay, we could do that.
Oh, I bet the White Spire has spells that can help protect the city.
Well, I said the White Spire, and
I missed it. I'm sorry.
but then we started
Okay.
talking about how to get the dragon away or the army away. Or
And I bet the druids have the ability to set up like plant growth fortifications around the city.
That's true.
Okay, so we need to talk to the druids. We need to see if the White Spire has a way to fortify the city as well. And let's not forget, maybe we can do something to buy us more time with the army or drawing the dragon away.
Yeah.
Because no matter what kind of defenses we put up, it's like a dragon can fly over our walls.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to think like both ways. I do think just pulling the dragon away is our best bet. We could talk to Maze about how to do that.
Okay. So, okay. Who do you want to talk to first then, I guess? It's like, if we're going to have a strike team, as far as pulling the dragon away, I do see some people that I know are rather capable around here.
Yeah.
We'll say that. We'll say Meepo says that because as he gestures to the other people in the Thunderlock.
That's what I was thinking too. How big of a force do you think we need versus how big is too big? Because I think Click can only transport what, 15 people? 12?
With the ferryman?
Yeah.
Look.
Because it's something like your spell level plus something.
I think it's total level.
Damn.
It takes you and up to one companion per your level across the river or body of water. So I can take, what level am I?
12.
Yes, I can take 12 other people.
So we have to determine if that's too small. We could just set out now and meet halfway and distract the dragon and take a larger force. But how big is too big and how small is too small?
I mean, we're talking about fighting a dragon here.
Yeah.
It's like too small is the number that gets us killed. So what's too big? The number that we move too slowly or get noticed with?
I think that's if we'd set up a proper ambush, a larger group could be hidden while the ambush brings the dragon towards the hidden group. Like send out a lure essentially. So I would think
Are you suggesting that the lure be sorry, I cut you off. Keep going.
Like, is 30 too small or is that too big? Does that feel right? 30?
It all depends on how well we can hide.
Who knows the terrain best?
Your eyes pan over to the Durian scouts. It's like
Okay, give me a second.
Or is it Duodyne? Duodyne Scouts.
Oh, I thought it was durian.
One of the two. It's not the smelly fruit. It's meant to be inspired by the Tolkien Rangers.
I got you. We will call them the Scouts brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to go over to talk to the Scouts.
Okay. You see those familiar faces. There's the one wearing the heaviest kit is a shaven-headed man with a large scar on his, going from the top of his eye down to his lip. Hey, how are you? It's been a while. It's been bad circumstances too, I hear.
Yes, I would love to catch up under good circumstances. But I have a question to ask of you.
Yes.
Are you guys very familiar with the terrain of the Sword Mountains?
It's like there's almost it that chuckle is matched by everyone else in the group.
I smile
There's
in response.
it's like there isn't a place on this whole coast we haven't seen. Like thanks to our rides.
I'm going to tell them about our plan to try and ambush the dragon and separate it from the army. And what I want to know is where they think would be a good location to hold that ambush with a hidden group and what size of group could we fit in that location.
Well, it depends. Are you trying to stop the army and then pull the dragon away? Because if the army is stopped, then the dragon's position is kind of controlled. If because he won't want to leave that army from very far. And how many people you got in your crew? It's like with well enough planning, it's like we can hide a pretty large force. It's like we can. He in character describes pass without trace uh, and camouflage suits that they can prepare with enough time.
Okay. I don't think we need to stop the army. I think we just need to pull the dragon away and we down the dragon.
It's a tall ask. It's like, did you guys manage to acquire any flying mounts in that time?
We have a flying carpet.
Oh, that's nice.
It's
That's not very fast, though, is it?
No. Click can fly. Logan, can my conjure steed fly?
Can you conjure greater steed?
I cannot conjure greater steed. I don't know what level I have to be for that.
Oh. Find greater steed, I believe, is level 4.
I only have up to level 3 for casting spells. I don't know at what point I hit level 4.
All right. Large quasi like horse-like, pierce the ground. Huh. You could do a phantom steed if you wanted.
With that.
No, actually, you can't because you're not a eldritch knight or a rogue, arcane trickster, or wizard.
I would say I could be, but I really can't be.
I mean, I could still. I got, I think, one more bottle of wine. No, I can get another bottle of wine, and I can make us all be able to fly.
Ow.
Oh. I might have something that can make me fly. Hold on. I have a perfect throwing rock. Sorry. Potion of climbing. Potion of heroism. Potion of gaseous form.
Yeah, that's a good travel spell.
I say I don't think with that spell you can interact with anything.
No, but that could at least relocate some of the. Well, that would just be one. I have horseshoes of speed.
Horseshoes of what?
Speed increases a horse's walking speed by 30 feet. That doesn't help me here. Sorry.
Hmm.
I got that back in like the Azarac desert. I've had that for a minute.
Oh yeah, you found it in the pallets.
Yeah. No, never mind. I just have my carpet of flying.
Okay.
We got Click. Click, how fast can you fly?
50.
Is that, can you go faster if you're dashing?
Yeah. I mean, dashing doubles it, right? So I could go 100.
I'm just double checking.
What do we need? What are we thinking about the flying aspect for?
To lure the dragon away.
I mean, I can do that on top of Storm Door, which may help. And Storm Door, let me review that real quick. Crackling with lightning, I can teleport up to 120 feet to an unoccupied space that I can see, and each creature within 5 feet of both the space I left and my new space must take dexterity saving throw. And I can do this up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
And I can do it on my bonus actions. And if I do this while outside, a storm develops within 1 minute and follows me.
Okay. So it sounds like we have a plan.
And if that happens, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm reading the spell. And if that happens, then I can teleport up to 240 feet.
Oh, cool.
And everything takes 2d12. And if I cast it at 5th level, a creature of my choice within 5 feet of me can teleport through the storm door with me and not take any damage. All right, so yeah, so that's an option if we want to look at it.
Logan, were you about to say it sounds like we have a plan and that's where we should call it?
No, I was. It's not. That's where we should call it. It sounds like we have a plan. What are we gonna do before we head out?
We do need to talk to the White Spire and the Druids about preparing fortifications for the city. We should check in with the council to see if they're approving Anson. And we got to decide on the size of the crew for the ambush. And we got to choose who we're taking for that.
Okay. For the sake of brevity, I think you can talk to the White Spire and the Druids without RPing that, because that's basically like, here's the general situation. We need you guys to prepare stuff around the city as we can. real quick, if you go back to the council meeting, that's mostly just an update. What would you say as a final thing to convince them to let Anson in?
All right, out of character. Anybody got any ideas? I'm writing notes. I'm so sorry. Technically, this is the kind of thing he's been getting ready for with his magic.
I'm afraid my brain's kind of fried right now. I'd love to think of a good speech, but I'm afraid I don't have one. And we're trying to convince him to let Anson in, right?
Yeah.
Like their primary concern is letting Anson in, someone who's, didn't leave with the best reputation, suddenly coming back with an occupying force. It's like, oh, did we just no, it's not a deal with the devil. It's
Hand over the city.
yeah, basically.
I mean, I don't think he's trying to take over the city. I think he just wants to be able to be both home and allowed to practice the research he wants to research.
Right.
Which turns into a deal with the devil potentially.
I mean, I could try if he would be willing, and if it puts people at ease, I could talk to him and see if he would allow me to place the Gia spell on him.
What does that do?
So I
If
give
he
a
did
verbal-
something bad, he would take a lot of damage and possibly die.
Yeah, I
Oh,
give a person a command, and if they disobey within the duration of the spell, depending on what level I cast it, they, like he said, could take a whole lot of damage and potentially die from it.
I don't think he's going to agree to that because he already wants to know what's in it for him. Right now, he just wants to see if the city will. He wants the city to accept him and his help
Why is the city not wanting to accept him again?
because he is ethically questionable.
Okay.
I know.
I
Plus,
mean,
I think his like army might be made of undead / robot-y things.
his ethics may be questionable, but his morality isn't, though.
I think you're right.
So even though, yeah, the way he goes about doing things may not be the way that we necessarily agree with as a societal norm, the fact that his heart is still with the city and the fact that he's even contemplating helping, regardless of the fact that the city has treated him so poorly, shows his love and his heart for the people of this city. And that would be worth, if nothing else, at least giving him a chance to prove how much he cares.
I like this impassioned speech.
Yes. All right, roll with advantage using Click's impassioned speech.
I wasn't even planning a speech. I was just talking to you guys. But
Nope, this counts. We say we like it, and now you have to give it to the council.
all right, am I rolling?
Yeah.
All right, what am I rolling again?
Advantage persuasion.
Persuasion. Okay. That is a 11. The first one was a 2.
Oh my god.
Oh wait! I can use heroic inspiration, right?
Sure.
And that grants me another roll, right?
Sure.
I was about to say I will give Click my heroic inspiration if that's what it takes.
Okay.
I was gonna say the third roll is another 2.
No.
Logan, help, please, mercy.
I mean, if not, then okay. Like we did what we could. We did what we could, and the dice spoke.
You did what they could, and the counselors are just like, We are
The
already
Digi
facing
dice folk.
it.
Can we even count them as real dice?
Do you want to roll some real dice?
Let me try real dice. Surely it can't be worse than a 2.
You don't know that.
It technically can.
Because I want to make sure it doesn't look like I'm a cheater. Let me see.
No, I believe you.
Yeah, but I always like, especially with these type of rolls. Alright. There we go. Yeah, that's an 11. Plus 2 is 13.
Okay.
I got a little bit better.
I don't think it's meant to be.
Now
The
I'm
city-
invested. Now I want him here.
The city isn't ready for these research practices.
Screw the city.
Ah!
It's like we are already facing a panic in Waterdeep, and inviting a bunch of unknown soldiers will possibly incite the wrong kind of feeling amongst the populace. Plus, we have had reports that Nora Steelfist has been spotted just south of the Southern Sword Mountains.
Hell yeah.
It's like you didn't get that dice roll, Chris, but you definitely got the divine intervention.
Yeah. And I wish I could just use my divine intervention to kill the dragon.
You could have done that. You could have done that.
I didn't
That
think
might-
about it. I was like, well, I don't want to turn this into a whole like thing.
Katya's very glad you saved her friend.
Okay, so you guys have been running around the city all day.
Yep.
It is getting well into the evening. It sounds like your plan is to fortify the city the best you can, find a choke point somewhere in the Sword Mountains, and use that moment to draw the dragon off into an ambush. What you need to do now is decide on who you want your ambush to contain. We can leave that for next time if you guys wish, or you want to hash it out now.
Maybe leave it for next time, but if we can bring all 30 of Thunderlock, then I say all 30 of Thunderlock. Otherwise, I will pick individual groups.
Okay. Well, that's up to the team, right? Because you guys have got to get people there. Is the problem?
Right.
All right. So we'll say that you guys are working well into the night, hammering out the details on who to bring, right?
I want to, before we call it, there is another thing I want to try to see if I can convince them to get Hanson here. I don't know if it's worth doing. I wanted to bring it to the group and let y'all help me decide. So I have that spell, Summon Planar Ally, where I can summon a Celestial to come and help, and I give them a task, and then like I can make an offering of like, hey, if you do this for me, then I'll do this for you. Kind of a tit for tat type deal. So I'm wondering about like having the Planar Ally come and be like, I need you to help me convince these people diplomatically to allow Anson to come here, and as a reward, I will build a temple to Serenetta in this city.
Personally, I'd rather use their help fighting the dragon.
Nothing says I can only use it once or within a time frame.
Technically, your spell slots.
Well, yeah, which I would assume we would long rest. At least I would hope we would long rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's you've encountered the problem of a person is smart but people are stupid.
Yeah. I live that existence every day.
Surely not. This
Sorry.
Is everybody's...
I work with the general public. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So
Well, that's okay.
I mean,
We did our best.
you did your best. There's just some bad dice rolls.
Some. Those were the only time I rolled dice today, and all 4 of them were bad.
I mean, I rolled well, and at least we got the council on board.
yeah, and you got Nora involved.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, like, I'll give you the honest truth. I think divine intervention was the only way.
God bless you.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
Katya is not on like the edge the same way she was now.
So, everybody's staying up late to hammer out the details. Who stays up?
Katya.
We don't suspect that he would come within the day, right?
No.
Okay, then yeah, I wouldn't mind staying up. I just want to make sure I wasn't going to risk getting a spell reset.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm assuming that you're just pulling an all-nighter. You'll eventually go to sleep. I'm just wondering who's awake at
Question,
close to midnight.
Question, real
Yeah.
quick. I have this ring of spell storing.
Yep.
If I personally store a spell in it, does that mean that anybody else could use it?
I believe that's how it works. I'll double check though. But yeah, I think so.
That might be something worth considering.
Okay.
And I'm saying that to like the group. You might want to look at the potential of using that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What about
I'm going to bed.
Levi's asleep? Click is asleep.
No, Click stayed up.
Katya. Click stayed up.
Yeah, it stayed up.
Okay.
I bet Nico's asleep.
Meepa's asleep. Everyone except Click and Katya and a couple of the other Thunderlock members are awake at this time. Make a perception check, everybody.
That's asleep or awake?
Awake. Oh, 4.
12.
Okay. You guys don't notice when this feeling it begins, but you get this sense of peace that washes over you into the wee hours of the morning. Your eyes almost feel like they glaze over for a moment before snapping back. Your vision becomes cloudy, and you begin to see, and everyone sees this, including the people that are asleep. You begin to see images pass in your mind that are not entirely familiar to you, but are all pleasant. It's like you're sitting in a tavern surrounded by people you don't know, but someone's laughing at a joke. Someone said, you are one of the kids of the city playing in the street. You look down and you're working a piece of steel at a forge, using your well-practiced hands to bring this what once was a lump of iron into a piece of art. You are sitting in a sunny window reading a book. The visions fade as Push appears in front of everyone. Make a perception check, everyone.
I'm not leaving this to Digi, guys.
Perception?
Perception.
9 because I'm asleep.
10.
Perception. That is 23.
Okay. I will tell you this, Chris, and then you can tell people when I get done with my monologue.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So,
Let me monologue first.
oh, go ahead. Yes. Go ahead. I'm just gonna write that down so I don't forget it then.
Okay. People of Waterdeep, depart your city. I will arrive within the fortnight with my horde. I do not wish harm on any of you. Leave, and you will be spared. No quarter to those that remain. And the vision fades.
Okay. So, is is everybody up now, or is it still just me and Laura?
The people that were awake are awake. People that were asleep are asleep. But the people that are asleep also saw this vision.
I turn to Laura and say, did you see that as well?
I did.
Did you notice the yellowness around him?
Yellowness? No.
Yes, he wore his normal clothes, the trench coat and everything. But when I looked at his skin, I noticed hints of yellow.
Are his own experiments working against him?
Maybe I don't know if it's against him or if maybe he went ahead and indulged in his own experiments.
I don't know what to do with this information.
We'll say that another random Thunderlock person is up, and he's told us to leave because he'll be here in 2 weeks. No wait, he said within the fortnight.
That tracks.
Yeah,
What does he want with Waterdeep? What's here specifically that he would want?
I don't know.
Well, what was it? Well, and Levi'd probably wake up with that vision, but
Yeah. Levi could definitely wake up and join this conversation.
so what was with all the other places he's been at? He's taken large swaths of land from the swamp and
Well,
then all that space on the plane of air.
I think he's been tracking down Mythalar.
Would there be a Mythalar deposit or something underneath here?
There could be. I mean, there is the hole that Yara went in.
You mean the
Dressed.
pit?
What was that?
You mean the pit?
Yes.
Or no. I think they call it Iron Well. Says Oliver.
Yeah.
It's like I think that's just where she died. I don't know. He definitely wants Waterdeep for some reason.
I mean, we ran into Dreska. We encounter. I have Marcon's armor. It could be have to do with Yara and Ku with the pit and the tree. But he's already sabotaged the tree.
Well, what does that have to do with Mythalar?
I'm just trying to figure out why the city, but it doesn't matter the people.
There must be something underneath the city or something.
That's what I'm thinking. Or
mean,
source of power.
you were
It's a little.
talking about um, the four people fighting the dragon. What does that have to do with the what he took from the plane of air?
I thought he went to the plane of air to hide.
I thought that as well, says Oliver. So I think Katya caught on to him too soon, and he had to get his castle out of the mirror and had to hide it in the plane of air.
I think so too. He wasn't ready to confront us. Do you think Waterdeep could be a place of power for a greater spell of some kind?
I don't know, says Oliver. I shoot a bow.
I
You
just,
know, if we wait until tomorrow, I have a lot of information gathering spells. I can prepare those and maybe spend the day trying to gather information.
that's worth a shot. I have a feeling the council's going to have opinions about evacuating or not evacuating the city.
And Levi will snicker and be like, "Yeah, you can just ask your god."
It's not a bad idea to evacuate the city. I'm just going to ignore Levi.
I mean, it would at least get the civilians to someplace safe.
Yeah.
Hey, I thought we already suggested this. Or
We
were
did.
Okay.
gonna suggest it.
We
That was
don't
my
have to
suggestion,
evacuate them
and
to
now you're
another
coming up
realm
with
of
it.
existence.
The question is, where do they go? Because we're talking about like the capital city.
Well, Click said he was just gonna open up to another plane, and everybody was gonna go in.
But they don't have to go to another plane. But do we trust leniency?
Wait a second. I feel like we're glossing over things. How did he do that?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. That's outside of my scope of knowledge.
Yeah, that's not a spell I'm too familiar with.
Well, the only people that might know would be the White Spire.
Or it feeds right back into Katya's conspiracy theory.
How does it feed into that, Katya?
If he can survive for millennia, clearly he has a greater cognizance of existence and can just implant ideas into our brains at this point.
Do you think he can like? Do you think he can turn like papyrus into concrete? I'm just saying, like if we're saying stuff here, says Meepo. Meepo would say that.
Arguably, I could use papyrus to make concrete, Meepo. All you gotta do is mix it in.
I guess.
Apologies.
I don't know. Okay. Oh my gosh. Says Meepo. It's like I was having a pleasant dream, and then suddenly it was all it was all in a tavern, and then there was people I didn't know. It's like I felt like it was a bunch of memories that weren't mine.
I felt that too.
Well, then whose memories were they?
It felt like people around the city.
Make a knowledge/history check. No, nature check. Just make it a nature check, everybody.
Is it a nature check?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this will be good. 13.
Okay, I'm going to use my inspiration because I'm curious.
That's a nat 1.
14.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so it's weird how you don't know of anything, especially when talking to the people from Thunderlock. They don't know. Oh no, man! What do we do? It's like I don't Viva says, I don't know if I'll get to go back to sleep if Push just can just appear in my mind. I'll have to try though, because it's like that big day we've got ahead of us.
Yeah, we might as well worry about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. I think that sounds like a good point for us to call it for us as people. When it comes to us as players, though, we can have everybody work it out in the group chat on who is coming to do the dragon plan if we have landed on the dragon plan.